Now, hey
Cool.
everyone, that's right. Podcast time. Episode 39 of the Starsequence. Tonight, I will be playing Wild Arms 2, and our main subject will be RPGs of yesteryear compared to the modern. And Rain will tell us the glory days of the RPGs that all suck and how he doesn't enjoy anything still.
That's a nice straw man you're constructing, Koda.
And
It's not
Indeed.
straw if it's true.
Indeed, it is a very good straw man.
In other
because
words,
it
this
annoys you
podcast
that
is going
much.
to be a complete and total shit show.
We'll have to link it around.
But it's also going to be our most popular. Just watch. Oh fuck, let me send it to you.
Stay mad.
Ah, shit.
the
Say
FAP
mad,
or
everyone.
not the FAP? That is the question.
So, how was everyone's week?
Ugh.
I was
My
good.
week's been fine.
I did great. I actually got work done for once. My book's coming along pretty good. I should actually be done probably around... If I keep at this pace, I should be done around the time Trump gets elected, or maybe... Yeah, so around the end of the year at the absolute latest. Assuming all goes well.
So, apparently I found out something. Apparently the game doesn't let me play it on emulator.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Even though I own the disc and whatnot.
I think there's a special hack that you have to activate in order to make it work
Probably.
on EPSXE.
Probably.
So, while we're fixing that problem, Rain, tell us all about how you hate video games.
And how if there was a building, you would like to watch them burn.
Ha ha.
Or if
No,
there
no,
were
I just
two
want
buildings.
all those faggots from V to burn.
No, I can just see it now. You want video games to be like two towers.
Okay, we're
Final
going
Fantasy and
going
Dragon
all
Quest
the way today.
Towers.
like just fuck everything. We're going straight balls deep with the jokes today.
Oh, bitch, we're going to hell after all this, and I'm driving.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of games today are made by people who have no idea what they're doing. They have no experience with the type of games that they're making. They've never played them other than like a couple of titles here and there, and then they try to make, and then because of this, the games they put out are crap. But yet they get popular because these people, despite being terrible game devs, have great skill as marketers. They're wonderful marketers, and they manage to get their games onto all the Let's Plays. They get all the journalists to write wonderful reviews about them, and all that crap. And yeah, there you go. But yet, if you're unhappy with this, well then not only are you a gamergator, you're also Phil Fish.
Video games have changed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. The rate of which good games are created hasn't really changed over the years. Like, if you actually took a real good look at what games are good, what games are bad, over the years you realize that the amount of games that are released that are actually good has remained more or less the same over the years. The problem is that there's a meteoric rise of games being made overall. So we're basically living in an era where Sturgeon's Law is the most strongest, where pretty much 90% of all games released these days are complete garbage, while the 10% is actually decent or good. So that doesn't mean that games are being worse and worse. It's just getting a bit hard to find a real gem in it. And the unfortunate reality of it is that gaming news and gaming media is so paused that you cannot rely on them to basically help you discover these games anymore. You pretty
Yep.
much have to put your finger on the stream of games being released these days and find out which ones are actually good.
That means looking through every new game that gets released on Steam.
Or looking for something close to your preferred section. Like, what would be a good example? Looking for an RPG. There's a couple of decent ones out there floating on
Okay,
Steam
looking
right
through
now.
every RPG on Steam then.
Well,
So,
all right.
Well,
What
okay, hold on.
kind?
That doesn't work so well thanks
Quick
to the
update.
tagging system, which is user done, which means that
Can I
you're
please
gonna have to
speak
do it
for 1 second
yourself.
real quick? Quick
Go
update.
for it.
I am now playing instead Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete. There.
Cool.
Ooh, that's a good
No
one.
one cares.
Since I don't want to mess with whatever the hell I need to do for Wild Arms 2.
It's cool. Anyway, though, my point being
That's-
is, if you're, it all depends on what, this is like getting into video games in the first place. What do you
Speak
like?
up a bit.
It's like getting into video games in the first place. What do you like? Do you like, hardcore violence? Okay. Let's see here. What are your choices here? You have Call of Duty or Mortal Kombat. All right, now let's go look into the indie market. I'm pretty sure we can find something there. Do you want fighting? Do you want shooting? Do you want a medieval setting or future setting? I mean, there is plenty of options out there. You just gotta wade through it. And for those of us who didn't have a subscription to Wizard or Nintendo Power or any gaming rag aside from the one GameStop shoved down your throat. Are you serious? Is my mic fucked right now?
Yeah, you keep
Yes.
like fading in and out real bad.
Yeah. And now
Shit.
all of a sudden you was really loud.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm looking through the wish list because I have actually been doing what I've been describing earlier, and keeping my finger on new releases and trying to pick out which ones might be good. Here is an RPG that might be interesting to people who are into old school
World
isometric
in the shadow of
RPGs.
the blue star was once a
This game is
lonely
called
mare-
Abaddon 3: The Warborn, and it looks like it's following in the same footsteps as Spider Software's, Spiderweb Software's.
How we fallen.
Abaddon
Now we're
2.
shilling for games.
I'm
Someone
just
has
trying to
to.
make it. I'm just making an
We do it for
example
free.
that
We
if
do
you
it for
look
free.
if you look hard enough, you can find good games that are released at the same rate as they've always been. The only difference is that a lot of these releases are not being punctuated by a lot of crap because of how often games are released these days. Because the barrier for entry is now a lot lower. It's lower than it's ever been.
Think about all
Right.
there are multiple anti-Donald Trump beat 'em up or kill Donald Trump supporter games on Steam.
But
Yeah,
if,
but how
if they were
many?
Hillary,
But how much of those are really? How much of those are there in proportion to the number of games in total being released?
Yeah.
All right, but that actually brings up another question, though. How many beat up Hillary Clinton or kill Hillary supporters games are on Steam right now?
0
Uh,
because it's
Probably
only sexist.
0 because
only
nobody
proper
bothered
ones
to do
strength.
so. Like the explanation could be as simple as people never bothered to make
Right.
games about
Yeah.
beating up Hillary Clinton.
But
Well,
do you
let's
know,
see. Let's
do you
find
know
out.
what game still exists? Beat up Justin Bieber. Beat up Kanye West.
All right, here's another RPG. Dragon
No, they're beat
Pass.
up Hillary. Hold on, there beat up Hillary Clinton game. Ooh, Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
Well, that person's making some. big
Okay, the
cash.
fourth one is a Washington Post article. I'm gonna try DuckDuckGo.
All right. Speaking of which, right? I got a. There's a game that got my attention a while back because it has a presidential election skin as a promotional material, and that game is called the Ship Remastered. And basically, you can go around killing people as either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump.
I remember. I
Ruby,
have
did you
this
say
thing.
something?
see, this election cycle has done a lot of wonderful things. It's spawned more creativity.
Don't tell
It's
me you're hearing
gotten
voices
more
now.
people interested
I
in
heard
politics
something.
that normally wouldn't be involved.
And it's going to go down in history as the biggest shit show in American history.
Hurry up and get the dragon.
Yeah,
That's
it's
only
very
better.
entertaining.
Trap.
Yeah, are you kidding me? You
What
just
trap?
witnessed one man shitpost his way all the way to the fucking White House.
Well, he's not quite there yet, but I think it's
Why
pretty
didn't you tell me about that earlier?
I did, but You were too wrapped up in getting a Jill to
Because
listen.
hell, Hillary only keeps lying and lying. I wouldn't want to see her in the White House.
And now she's nagging, like, why aren't I 50 points ahead of Trump?
Tell you, why aren't I 50 points ahead? You might be asking yourself.
So, JRPGs.
Yeah,
Neptunia.
most of them are shit.
And
And that's
I
the
mean,
thing,
the-
though.
the
But
one I'm
I'm
playing
Phil
right now
Fish.
is actually a really good JRPG.
Neptune.
Is it new?
No, it's old.
Hyperdimension's pretty good.
To be fair, though, most JRPGs released these days aren't that good, and it has more to do with the general prevailing trend of arrogance in Japanese game developers than anything else.
They all just
Like-
try to copy each other now. Instead of...
Yeah, like
Yeah.
from what I've noticed is that a lot of modern JRPGs are more and more about the flash and less about the substance. While Western RPGs continue to focus on actual substance, like, gameplay mechanics, loot mechanics, actual, metagame stuff that, that actually keeps people playing.
The
Right.
writing is
But-
terrible in most of them, though.
But Val,
But
you're
I,
forgetting the
I'll
most
admit that's it.
you're forgetting the most important
on.
part in JRPGs. The almost never ever ending cutscenes that go on for hours.
Oh, here's
but
a...
no, that's not exactly fair. That's almost any game. Like,
Well,
I played
no.
Crisis 3 recently, and the credits were like
can
a
I
half
jump
an
in
hour
here?
long. Yeah,
It's
go ahead, I'm done.
skippable.
Okay. Here, to put things in perspective with JRPGs as of right now, Squeenix has often said that they're not going to do a remake of Final Fantasy VII unless they run out of ideas.
They've run out
2
of
years
ideas.
after saying that, yeah, it's a thing now, and it's going to be episodic.
Hey, here's an idea, Square Enix. Bring the Dragon Quest games to North America.
Well,
Or better yet, bring back Valkyrie Profile or any of the, PlayStation 1 era RPG franchises that you abandoned.
you see, that's the thing. Don't want to do that because, my Final Fantasy franchise is best franchise.
Boys,
Oh.
best franchise. Yes.
No. It is not best franchise. It is best franchise in the West.
Like, does anyone remember Vagrant Story? That game was the shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. These execs don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, and then,
I mean,
It's like-
this
like the only-
isn't a. What makes this killer is this isn't exactly a regional phenomenon. You have a bunch of executives that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, but the difference is that Japanese executives are so arrogant in their assurance of success that they are unwilling to listen to any advice from outside unless they're directly facing company bankruptcy.
Oh,
Well,
and you
that's
don't think
racist.
the Americans are doing the same thing?
Yes,
not
but not
nearly
to the same extent.
same extent.
Exactly, though. I mean, everybody is on the same ticket. It's like all of the competent people have left, and now we have Atlas Shrugged, basically.
Pretty much.
Let's see here. As far as
Nah.
recent JRPGs I've enjoyed, besides Neptunia, has been the Disgaea series.
There are no good JRPGs beside Neptunia.
What is Degao?
Disgaea.
Disgaea.
That's an SRPG.
It is
Okay.
no. It's a
It
turn-based.
is an SRPG.
Turn-based strategy
What's the
game.
difference?
Turn-based strategy game where
Autism is the difference.
It's the difference.
Oh, okay.
No,
But it's not a JRPG.
it
Is
is
it an
because it's
RPG?
Japanese.
But is it an RPG, sir?
Yes,
Yes.
I'll allow it.
it's pretty much like in terms of gameplay. Think of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, okay. All right.
Think of
Wow.
Final Fantasy Tactics, but with 153,000% more grinding.
That is actually optional.
Oh.
The entire plots in each games is you are a demon in the netherworld and something is going on. Either you're the overlord, or you're a quote unquote demon hunter, or in the recent one well, not the actual recent one, but the last one I played. You were a pretty instructor, which are demonic little penguins, and you find out that all hell is going literally to hell, and you decided to strain it out by beating the Everling shit out of the Overlord, who is called the President of Hell.
Well, that's interesting. Definitely
Yes.
would like to check this out. That goes to show that it seems like, companies like Squeenix or hell even Nintendo in Japan outright look at decent sayings that sell in Japan, and they're like, we don't want to make any money in America. Fuck you guys.
Are you kidding? There's no money in America. There's only cheeseburgers.
Honestly, I mean, I can
Cheeseburgers.
look. I don't want them to be like the opposite possibility is that then if they start pandering to us and everyone else, then you have the same situation that Hollywood's in, where they're making movies for the Chinese.
Well, the thing is, I'm just wanting this, they're start importing their shit again. I mean, fuck, getting some jabroni off the street to read a script in English isn't exactly, $100 million endeavor here. I mean, shit, you can grab Steve Bloom and he'll voice everybody for $5.
You do realize that there is no limit to how bad English voice acting can get. If you want an example for that, just go play the American version of Tales of Fantasia on the Game Boy Advance.
I know just how bad
voice
it can
acting
get.
for a Game Boy Advance game?
Yes,
Those are
I'm
English
serious.
translations.
Oh,
wow.
jeez. English voice acting it's hit or miss, like very, very hit or miss.
What am I fighting for?
And what's sad is that some of the oddest anime have the best voice acting.
Yeah,
but then like really, really big good ones have shitty voice acting.
Right, but my point being is, you have these products that, if brought over to the state digitally nowadays, it should be a lot easier and cheaper to do, and just fucking write an English patch for it. And if Nintendo actually knew how to run their goddamn e-store, we wouldn't have so much of a problem. But no.
Well, that's a problem. Nintendo doesn't know how to do that.
They don't know how to manage anything that involves digital.
Templar, we're gonna buy out Nintendo one day.
Nah, they'll be out of
I'm
business
already
by
conceiving of the ways to merge and then figuring out how we're going to tell the Japanese, fuck you, filthy white pig who now owns your ass.
Well, their stock is trading at $20 a piece right now, so...
That's pathetic.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Wasn't
about
it
seriously
before like
just...
50 or so?
Actually, last time I checked, it was last year. So it must not have gone. Hold on, let's see here.
I could have sworn it went up
Nintendo's-
temporarily for Pokemon Go, and then it went back down.
That's because Niantic fucked it up.
Okay.
No, it went back down when they said that they that they wasn't receiving most of the money from it.
Oh! Actually, let's see here. They are up 0.41%. Let's see here. Where are we at? What is their stock value? How do I find this information?
Yeah, you go do that and take stock of the situation.
Nintendo stock
Hugh.
price. How much do I gotta fucking pay to get on Nintendo? Actually, Market Watch.
Yeah, here's what you need to do. You need to buy out Nintendo, make fan games official, and just fire all the Japanese developers.
I was wrong. Nintendo is not at $20. It's at $33.50.
Actually, that's not. Don't even need to go that far, Fuzzy. Just take over Nintendo, fire everybody, find all the people who are wanting to make fan games, and be like, "Hey, you want to work for us?"
Hey,
It works.
And now, the badass character you'll get in the other half of the game is now makes his introduction. Leo, Captain of the White Guard.
So, yeah, it's like
Shush.
Fucking Leo.
we totally buy Nintendo, bro.
And
I
Damn
thought the
close to
baddest
the mic,
character-
faggot.
I am close. I'm actually
What was that, Val?
throating this motherfucker.
I thought the baddest character in that game is Nash.
he's not
Bruh.
even playable. I'm talking about playable characters.
Oh,
And
Oh.
Leo does massive damage. He's your heavy hitter.
Ah.
And for the first
I guess you could say.
for the first half of the game he's a villain.
Alright, so what else in video game news have we got to talk about?
Well, something Fuzzy mentioned earlier when I mentioned Crisis 3's credits. Something I notice a lot of in games is post-credit cutscenes. And the problem is with most of them, if you skip the credits, you skip the ending cutscene also.
Oh boy.
So, you know, you're sitting there, so like with Crisis 3, I had the distinct feeling something would be at the end of it. So I sat there for about 30 minutes, and I was right. I'm not going to tell you what it
Wait.
was, but there was a very nice little ending there after the credits.
Wait. You had to sit through 30 minutes of credits
Yep.
just to see the nice cutscene at the end.
About 40 seconds of epilogue. Yeah.
A Keck theology thread.
That is just horrendous.
Yeah, and Deus Ex Human Revolution did the same thing. They had a exposition after the credits, like a big story exposition too. And also an achievement.
it wasn't.
There was an achievement for viewing this little 30-second cutscene also. But you have to sit through the credits. And this was a game that was made in Montreal, in Britain, in America. There were a lot of credits for this game.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or should I say, go on.
Okay, what were you saying, Bill?
Yeah.
But
Shit. I'm not finding any video game news. Then again, I'm browsing polls, so.
This week is pretty much dead for anything video game news that isn't related to a certain hashtag.
Thank fuck is all I gotta say.
Hyperdimension Neptunia is on big sale at Indie Gala right now.
Yes, but
I don't
people
think
are
for much
sending
longer.
Rare Pepes to correct the record members.
You're fading again.
Okay, I'm gonna have to crash out because my shit's fucked up later.
Uh-huh.
See ya.
Later.
Oh.
See ya.
And I was actually enjoying the conversation with you.
I know. Maybe next time.
Fix your
User
shit.
disconnected from your channel.
Oh well, there went part of our comedy.
Tempar, buy him a new mic.
I have nothing.
Buy
Well,
him a new
we're
mic.
just gonna have to. Here, give me a second to look at this. Let's see how long this sale is still going for.
Like a
Probably
day and a
about
half.
2 days.
I'm
Yeah.
about to find out. 2 days, 13 hours, 35 minutes, and 38, 37, 36 seconds. So if you want to play any Neptunia game that's on PC, hurry up to go to Indie Gala,
Actually, to be more general, it's an Idea Factory sale.
which is okay. You know what? Hold on 1 second here. Let me actually get to the page here.
So yeah, most Idea Factory games are on sale. Not just Hyperdimension, Neptunia, but
No,
pretty
hold-
much
hold-
almost every
User
single one of their
left your channel.
franchises.
Out of all this stuff, let's see how much stuff is on here. Neptunia. Okay, Mega Dimension Neptunia, Hyper Devotion Noir, and then we have Fairy Fencer F and Amnesia Memories. A good most of this sale is Neptunia.
Well, that's pretty much their most successful franchise on PC so far. So it's
Also
natural
made by
that they
a
would
female
start
game
selling it.
dev, which is an interesting little nugget of information.
Kinda is, yeah.
I think so.
And it's pretty
And
interesting
she
because you
has-
know the next time when someone cries misogyny, right, you can just point them to that fact.
But don't you know that the Japanese games don't count because all the Japanese women have internalized misogyny.
And
That's
it doesn't
racist.
matter. It doesn't matter. A vagina made the game, and it's very successful.
Hey, now she might be trans.
Nope, I'm pretty sure she's just a normal Japanese female.
You do realize that normal means something very different in Japan.
Motherfucker, I will come over there. I'm gonna beat your ass. No, you know what? I'm gonna pay John Kelly to come beat your ass because he'll actually get something out of it.
And Fuzzy would just tell him to go the fuck away.
But he won't. He'll stand there clinging to her window like a monkey jacking off.
That's disturbing.
It's her problem, not ours, so why do I give a shit?
I can make it your problem.
John Kelly doesn't have no interest in me. He's not into dogs.
You never know.
This just got bad.
This has got lewd.
Alright, so what do we want to talk about?
Well,
Do we want to talk about RPGs in our childhood? And
Yes.
the stuff that we used to play?
so
Okay,
Rain,
nice.
what is these RPGs that you love that apparently no one else does?
Dragon Quest.
I admit I've never played them, and I still have an interest in playing them.
You're missing out. They're better than
The best
than a lot
RPG
of
ever is
stuff.
Pokemon.
Like the best part is they just throw you into it, and then you got to figure it out for yourself. It's great.
Do you love me? But
Yeah, I'm
thou
under-
must.
what?
Do you love me? But thou must.
Oh my god, we have internet radio now.
Yes, we do.
I did not know that.
So, one problem with the emulator, I can't actually set a volume setting with this.
Can't you use the Windows Sound Volume Mixer?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yes.
go... Yes, but it doesn't go low enough to where it doesn't overlap you guys.
So we're kind of competing with the game here.
Why not
You
just
what?
mute it?
You was, and then I had to mute the game.
Well, that works.
Yep.
Which the Sorry,
I don't know. What?
talking about childhood RPGs.
Yes.
So yeah, I wasn't that much of an RPG kid when I was younger. Like most of the stuff I used to play were beat 'em ups and fighting games when I was a young kid. It wasn't until I discovered the magic of emulation that I finally got into RPGs.
Emulation.
And the first one I played was the very first Breath of Fire on the Super
Ooh, that's a good
Nintendo.
series.
I don't know. My childhood RPG was Pokemon myself.
And there's Rain interjecting with, "It's not as good as my Dragon Quest."
Nah,
I would
it's
say
trying
that
to be
it's probably
careful.
better than Dragon Quest because it took out a lot of grinding. The first game doesn't have as much grinding as most of the early Dragon Quest series. And if there's one thing that really kept me away from RPGs for as long as it did, it was the grinding aspect of it. Like, I didn't feel like, sitting through menus for hours on end is a fun prospect for me. So I largely stayed away from most classic RPGs.
You know,
Well, that's the thing. It's so open-ended where you got to figure everything out that there really isn't that much grinding because just wandering around everywhere you get enough that way.
Yeah, but then again, you have like some RPGs with stories that are so directed that, there really isn't that much room for wandering.
And that's not really a good thing though.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that got me to stop playing Breath of Fire 2 because there's way too much grind for too little payoff.
With the Lunar series, there is actually little side areas you can go about and find. And in fact, there is a secret ending if you actually do that for Lunar.
Secret ending.
Now,
Yeah, one of the things
Go on.
but one of the things I realized is that there's a reason why I ended up playing through Chrono Trigger so many times so easily. And that is because Chrono Trigger is basically balanced to the point where you can just coast on to the story without having to worry at all about your levels, about your progression.
Are you talking about the NES version or the re-release?
There's an
SNES.
NES. There's an NES Chrono Trigger.
I mean SNES. The SNES version.
Yeah, the Super Famicom version, yes.
Now here's something
Yeah,
interesting.
the Super Famicom version is very easy.
And the PlayStation version is actually a hell of a lot harder.
I also played through the PlayStation version. I didn't even notice that much of a change in difficulty.
I actually did. I actually found the SNES version a lot easier. Mainly because, well, in the PlayStation one, I had to constantly not only do little side areas to get money and also the upgrades, but also, of course, buying items at every store that I come across. There isn't a time where you can skip a new town and not buy something.
I guess so, but I've always done that in RPGs anyway. So that's why it's harder for you. I never noticed that because that's what I do all the time. Like I see an enemy and I just feel compelled to just beat the crap out of it.
Oh, I do as well. But what I mean is, you gotta make sure that you buy all the new equipment in each town.
User joined your channel.
Don't move on to the next area until you bought that equipment.
Oh yeah. But then again, right? I don't know. Like it seems like Chrono Trigger is generous enough with the money, anyways, that you can generally buy pretty much anything you want when you reach the next town.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's not like East and Felgana where you actually had to budget your earnings.
Actually, I never had a money issue with Felgana. And that was
Actually, I did.
And that was my
And
first
that's
use.
how I ended up.
That was my first use game.
And that's how I ended up, going through the ice cave with armor that is one tier lower than intended. Yes, it was really difficult, but it was worth it. I felt really satisfied when I learned afterwards that I was supposed to have stronger gear going in.
So that's what it takes to satisfy you. We need to get this information to John Kelly.
I have a lot of things to satisfy me.
Yeah.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. What?
But yeah, beyond that, right, I quickly discovered that there's this thing called action RPGs, and I really got into them in a really big way. I think the first one that I actually ended up beating was Terranigma. And then later on Soul Blazer. Have you heard of those games?
I heard of Terranigma.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Terranigma was a lot of fun.
Oh, interesting. Someone just appeared in my Discord. I wonder what person in here could have invited this person. Coda.
What person?
I wonder.
Who was invited to your thing?
So,
I also can't get my settings to come up. What the that person you were telling me about, Coda?
I didn't invite them.
Oh well, they must have just found one of your links. And for some reason I can't pull up Discord settings.
so tell me, what were your first experiences playing an RPG?
Who's
Mine?
that question directed towards?
In general.
Because I told you mine was Pokemon. That was my first RPG kind of game.
Besides Pokemon, one was Final Fantasy III for the DS, probably.
Like the actual Final Fantasy III
Yep,
or the
the
American
original.
Well, if
label?
we're talking about actual
Well, I
RPGs,
said the DS, so...
mine would be Tales of Symphonia.
My very first.
Ah, yes, the Final Fantasy VII of the Tale series.
My very first RPG ever was Super Mario RPG. And then I never actually touched another one because I never found any of them until the PlayStation era. Where pretty much
man, I forgot about Paper Mario.
PlayStation.
I forgot about Paper Mario. That game was great.
Yay!
Yes.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, it seems like the PlayStation is a console to get when you want to play a lot of RPGs.
Yes, it was.
It seems like we're just kind of fishing for topics here.
Not really. We're just saying pretty much be. I can't find the words.
It's a slow news week.
Taking
There's really not
out.
much topics to talk about, so we just find our own topics.
Yep. Unless you want to talk about a certain hashtag again.
Internet harassment is not real. Okay, there I said everything I care to say on that topic.
All I really have to say is Rain is an autistic faggot now and forever, and that's about it.
Which hashtag are we talking about, Coda?
The sad puppies one.
No.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the other
That's
one.
sad puppies.
I'm kidding. No, we're talking about Black Lives Matter tonight.
Oh.
Didn't you hear they had a riot in East Chicken Sweet, Georgia?
I'd rather not talk about that, really.
Well, the one in Georgia is actually more of a protest. They're not rioting yet.
Pretty much. So, anyone else? We have Mishka talk. Oh yeah, Pokemon, right? So, what drew you into Pokemon when you first played it?
I'm about to say what drew me into it. Well, that happens to be something my parents got me for my birthday when I was a little kid. That's what drew me into it. I don't know. I mean, I just enjoyed it. I think being able to have a customizable character was kind of, well, the name anyway.
Yeah.
I always found that kind of nice. I don't know. It clicked with me. It's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, so I bet it was a lot of fun when you named your Metapod Penis.
Now, see, I wasn't that immature when I was a kid.
You probably didn't even know what a penis was yet.
But I tell you, I did do that in Zelda because it was this little bastard that he had to. This bastard couldn't name his own fucking kid. It's like, we want you to name our child. And so I went immature and I named it Penis, and then I came back sometime later. And it said, "Penis is growing healthy thanks to you." Oh, shit. That's like naming Oak's grandson Cocksucker or something in Pokemon. It's amazing.
That sounds pretty fun.
So, yeah. Pretty much during the PlayStation era, I grew up on a shit ton of RPGs. From Xenogears, the Lunar series, Wild Arms 2.
What's bad is
Final Fantasy series.
Up until high school, I played on Nintendo stuff because that's just what I had. But I had a friend, he's like, you know what? I'm getting a 360 soon, so you can have my old Xbox. Because I want to bring you into this.
The dude bros of gaming.
No shit. Like, he just gave me his old Xbox and a whole bunch of games. Like Halo and whatnot. I just like, dude! Never mind.
I then also had a PlayStation 2 and a GameCube around that time.
I've got a lot of stuff actually. I've got Nintendo 64, 2 Game Boy SPs, a GameCube, Wii. I've still got my old Xbox, but my 360 decided, oh fuck you, I'm not gonna work anymore. And then I got a PS3 still. Oh,
in that era, I ended up with a Dreamcast for one very, very specific reason. I wanted to play RPGs like Grandia too.
Oh, the Grandia series. I forgot to mention that one. In fact, Grandia 1 was one of my all-time faves.
Yeah, actually, I used to own the disc, but I gave it to my fiance as part of a care package. Yeah, it was really cute. I really wanted to share that experience.
Entrusting your games to your loved ones, hoping that they'll actually take care of it. That you do.
Oh, you know what?
well.
I actually have a fun
I
story
know.
now that I think about it.
Maddie knows how to take care of stuff.
So one year in middle school, me and two friends decided, we were going to trade some games over the summer because we each had a game the other one wanted to play, right? Come the next year, fuck decided he didn't want to give me Pokemon Emerald back, right? So near the end of the year, me and him had been feuding all year over this. I had a perfect opportunity because he had it in his DS, the DS where it had the Game Boy slot at the bottom. So he turns it around to show it to somebody, and I notice my game sitting there, and I'm just like, oh, hey, look at that. I reached and snatched it from him, and I was like, and I tossed his game back to him. He got so ass blasted, he picked up the game, he threw it across the room. we were in the school cafeteria, so it was actually kind of an impressive throw, but he's like, wah!
Someone else get it?
No, I think he went over there and picked it up after.
You know what would have been funny? If it landed on the fry vat.
So what game did what he have?
I think it was Duel Masters something or other that I had borrowed. Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, he got the better deal in that.
Well, it was only supposed to be for the summer. It was a game I wanted to try, not permanent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the end of the summer we were supposed to give them all back, but he decided he wanted to keep it. And I found out why, because he cheated the fuck out of it. Not only had he deleted my Pokemon, he decided he was gonna cheat the game and get all these level 100s and stuff. Lugia, Mew. When I got him back, I deleted it all and started again.
And that's why he got mad?
Well, no, he got really mad because not only because I took my game back, but because yanking the thing out messed up the game he had active. So whatever he was trying to show somebody, it messed up. And you know what? To this day, I don't give a fuck.
He deserved it.
Exactly.
Pokemon,
I don't
destroyer
like
of friendships.
We were never really that close. We were friends before that happened, but as soon as he pulled that shit, no, we wasn't friends.
Oh, I have a story to tell you. So back in the day, right, there was this whole thing called Pokemon trading cards, right? And the first generation of it,
Oh no.
it was like really nostalgic. But here's the thing: there is this one card that is foil, and it's extremely legendary in its rarity. It's a Charizard card.
Oh my god, I remember. Who was it? Did
Foil
about that?
Charizards.
Foxtrot had a whole storyline about that one.
Oh god,
Yep.
iDubbbz did that stupid video about it.
Well, did you know that I actually planned with my friend a heist to take a card out of another person's collection?
Oh, you know what? No, it wasn't. It was.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. I actually felt bad for the kid, so I kind of ended it at the very last second. But that other person who I planned it with ended up with it, with a card anyways, and he got away with it too.
Oh well.
How'd he get away with it?
Yeah, he got away with heisting a Charizard card out of another kid's collection.
How?
Let's just say that I hid it somewhere, planned to give it back to the kid afterwards, but he knew where I hid it, so he took it for himself. My accomplice. And to this day, well,
Was
we
it
still
in your
had a
pants?
feud over it. No.
You're such a shitty person. You're horrible.
Yeah, I was a very different person. I was a very different person back then.
Maybe it's a good thing you started taking your hormones and shaving off parts of your penis. Or
That's
Michael
not how it
Jackson.
works.
Michael Jackson in your penis.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, you go on Michael Jackson on it. You cut off a little bit at a time.
Since when did Michael Jackson do that?
The nose joke. On his nose.
Oh. Do you think Michael Jackson did it because he wanted to hide the fact that he was a Jew?
Actually, I mean, do you actually not know the reason? Do you want me to tell you, or are you joking?
I'm just memeing on it.
Okay, because I mean, there was a reason.
Right.
You know, oddly, that reminds me of the last time we went to go eat at a restaurant, because they had a fish fry thing, all you could eat fish at a local restaurant. So we go in there to eat, and everybody orders. Of course, I order a burger because I don't do seafood. I think it was about an hour later. Everyone else at the table has already eaten, and I'm still waiting on my fucking burger.
Wow.
So we're just... Yeah, no, what's funny is my dad, he went up there to pay. He said, and you know what? I'm not paying for the fucking burger either. So you better take that off of there because we never got it. Because my dad is someone, you know, when he gets pissed off about that kind of stuff, he's not happy. But he didn't pay for the burger either. They tried to get us to stay and wait for the burger, but it's just like, nah, I got shit to be. Yeah, places
So,
to be.
did you get dinner afterwards, or what?
I didn't want to stop because usually when that kind of stuff happens, my reaction is, you know what, fuck it, I want to go home because I already don't like going out, and that's exactly why. But my parents convinced me to go ahead and go to Bojangles, get something. They said I'd end up regretting it later. So yeah, I got to eat out too. You know, my parents are good about that kind of stuff. You know, we went to go eat out as a family, and you know, they came through and made sure everything was right.
That's good.
As long as it's not eating out lesbians. In a
No,
restaurant.
no.
I think Mishka might like that too much.
But I do hate that happened though, because my aunt, nobody was happy at that point. You know, we ended up leaving my aunt there because she wanted to go ahead and keep eating, but she was paying her own bill. She had a great time. You know, she got to eat all the seafood she could stuff in her mouth. You know,
But
but
she's
the
in a
rest of
seafood
us.
diet. She sees food and she eats it.
But I mean, I was so annoyed. I wanted to go home, get back on the fucking computer. So, in fact, I think I came home and chatted with you guys afterwards.
Sounds like me a decade ago. I was like, fuck this, socializing thing. I want to get home.
Yeah, like I said, when stuff starts going wrong like that, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going home.
Yeah, because it's really, really sad.
Home.
It's really sad because like the one time I actually got interested in a person and actually, decided to talk to that person was a very, very flamboyantly gay, basically a flamboyantly gay singer.
Oh, God.
Very, very, how do you call this, falsetto singer. And I found it to be pretty interesting, so I decided to talk to him in a bit. And my mother was like drunk at the time, and she just came in and just, the fag just came shooting out of her mouth like a shotgun.
I actually, sorry.
And she just ends up embarrassing like our whole family in front of the party.
Oh boy.
And we had to leave early.
Wow.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd she do?
I talked to a flamboyantly gay singer.
Yeah, I caught that
and
part.
she ended up, and my late mother was like, "Fag this, fag that, fag you're a fag."
Oh boy.
She was drunk, and like the whole family was so embarrassed that we had to leave.
But I saw a video shared in the Discord a while ago. I don't know if either of you watched it. Milo Yiannopoulos dressed in drag to sing the national anthem. It's in the Husky Beach Discord if you want to go look at it. It's in the main chat. Scroll up a little bit. It's God, it's disgusting. Like my comment sums it up. Here, where are we? Yes, we're still streaming Templar.
Yep.
I know it's not really the most interesting thing in the world, but there's not much going on this week because we don't want to get into talking about Black Lives Matter.
Correction,
yeah, well, the one Black Lives Matter related meme.
Okay,
no, I
about,
do.
The tag
Guys.
I didn't really want to talk about was GG there. It was articles about
was what?
GG. That's all
There
the
aren't any,
gaming.
though.
That's
No,
all the
there
gaming
is.
news.
Dead.
80
It isn't dead, you idiot.
fucking articles would suggest otherwise.
I'm
Okay,
going to say
okay,
it's
okay.
dead until it does die.
Yes, and I'm going to say that Santa Claus is real until he becomes real. That'll work.
Hey, Naked Snake believes in Santa Claus.
This is why I didn't want to say anything. I just didn't want to talk about.
No. Let's get it straight. No. Let's get it straight, Coda. Mishka wished his Gamergate were a building so that he could set it on fire.
No, I wish Gamergate were two nice and shiny towers. We're gonna stop that joke right there.
No. Mr. wishes Gamergate was 2 giant towers so he can become Macro Hermfuda Awu and just floods the entire building with his semen.
Wow, I think you almost killed him with that.
Oh fucking wow! We're gonna get taken off YouTube.
Whatever.
Hey, don't you like Macro Herms?
I don't think YouTube
Making love to buildings?
will like that joke very much. Oh my god!
Remember, turn accidents into miracles. You're gonna have a baby with that Twin Towers. It'll be like a half tower, half macro husky baby. Anyone?
Nope.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot penis.
Alright, so, yeah, there's actually a Black Lives Matter related news we can talk about. And it is
I'd rather talk
essentially...
about Gamergate and the rabid puppies.
No, it has nothing to do with Gamergate or Rabbit Puppies. It's basically a game that was that satire.
Oh right, no, that one's good.
Yeah, that makes fun of Black Lives Matter, and it got taken off of YouTube and itch.io because it contained hate speech. But here's the thing, though: this game is made to make fun of Black Lives Matter, not black people. Black Lives Matter. The antagonists in that game are mostly white people and people of other nationalities. In fact, the black people are actually very, very much a minority as far as, villains are in that game.
But you know what's the big kicker about that game is that all of the speech in the game are actual Black Lives Matter quotes.
Yep.
And it was taken down for hate speech. Now, mind you, Google supports Black Lives Matter. So...
They pay money to them.
Yes.
Oh.
Like
Google
I said,
gives money to Googles.
So, like I said, Google has already been infiltrated by this social justice cancer that we call ad tech, and yeah, it's something to be expected, but it's really a worrying trend these days.
I'm not sure if that's exactly what ed tech is. Yeah, ed tech is cancer, but I forget whether or not Google
It's an
themselves...
extension of ed tech. Like a lot of the people who are in ed tech are the people who are promoting this whole idea that you can inject social change by forcing the industry.
Dude.
By forcing the industry to play ball, you can make changes in social attitudes so that bigotry does not exist anymore. Because that's how things work. We can, kill off bigotry by adding oppression.
No,
and censorship.
you just drive away your customers who don't like it. Except for the ones who are cucks and buy your crap anyway.
I mean, that game isn't even that much threatening as far as games go, because, well, to be honest, that Black Lives Matter satire game isn't exactly the best in the world. It's actually nothing, nothing spectacular or nothing notable. It's just, a random silly-ass mobile game that got on Google Play, and it got banned on Google Play because, Black Lives Matter and the pause of Google decided it was such a big issue.
And then every single file hosting and website that they've tried to put it on has also then taken it off.
This sounds like a job for Google!
It's actually kind of depressing that, the mere act of satirizing and criticizing a movement as a video game is not allowed anymore in society. Isn't that depressing?
Welcome to the New World Order.
Population, us. because everyone else is already insane and dead.
Yeah, remember when gaming journalists used to be on our side against Jack Thompson? And now they're basically promoting this sort of shit, the same sort of shit, but with a different rhetoric.
Of course,
You know how
because
that
they were
feels?
always good goalies.
You know how that feels. That feels like a knife in the back.
Is it the butter knife in the back?
No, an actual knife, a serrated knife.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Like seriously,
just-
like we've managed to do what Jack Thompson has always dreamed to do, and what Jack Thompson has failed to do with all of his clout as a lawyer. Basically, they managed to get video games censored and make it acceptable for video games to be censored because of social issues.
Yep. And now it's quiet.
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe we've run the course of tonight.
Nah, I think it's more of a moment of silence for the fallen concept of free
The fallen
speech.
video games. Fallen video games.
Yes. Press F to pay your respects to Pay.
Press F to press F to pay respects. Press F to shake away the gun. Hooray! Hero learns Squall.
Oh! Doesn't mean that he learns how to summon that Final Fantasy VIII emo kid.
No, but that would be hilarious if he could. He can now summon a small little gust of wind to attack enemies.
So, is there anything else that we want to talk about? Or is that everything?
There's just nothing to talk about, folks. It's all cancer and it's all shit.
Yeah, this is probably going to be our least popular podcast.
Everything is shit and we hate it.
It's all bullshit and it's bad for you.
Go read a book.
Read a book. Read a
Or
book.
go
Star
watch George Carlin
Wars.
videos.
Much worse.
By the way, the Lunar series is also very strategic as well. It's like the strategicness from Grandia, but a little bit more 2D. Oh, damn it. The Crystal Knight just knocked out Hero.
I guess that Crystal Knight was basically just an avatar for Crystal Meth, and he got knocked out.
So, what do we want to do? Do we want to keep talking, or what do we want to do?
I'm fine with whatever. You guys want.
I think I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's go ahead.
I mean,
Guys,
unless you want to talk about half Husky, half Twin Towers babies, then I guess we're done.
I'm out. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck you, Huskies, and Gas the Degenerates. I don't fucking know at this point.
Why do I get a fuck you? It's Fezzy's joke, not mine.
Don't care.
Because You're part of it. You're part of the joke.
Way.
Q.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and end this here.
Indeed. First, just let me save.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I guess decided to play the game again for next podcast.
Hey, thank you.
Yay!
Play
Oh, I
Neptunia.
hope everyone enjoyed. See y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Later.